Good evening everybody, it's the 29th of February 2020 and we're back in DayZ. We're back on the private server, we're back on the private test server. So yet again, we're just testing this mod pack just to see if everything holds together nicely and we don't come across any bugs or things stop spawning in, zombies stop spawning in, all that sort of stuff that can kind of spoil our fun. Now I'm just coming up to Starry Sabor. I'm probably going to try and push through. Actually, I tell you what, we're getting into helicopter crash country. Now I probably won't need to do any more playtesting of this set of mods, because we found coloured weapons, we found everything spawns in immaculate. Guns, we found the coloured weapons. Guns spawn in with magazines. Submachine guns are found in hospitals, fire station, police stations, and Moxie found the C-130 cargo plane at a helicrash site. So kind of everything's working. And all it really is now is just durability, just to make sure that things don't stop working. But I don't really see any reason why they should at the moment. So yeah, so it's pretty good. So we're probably gonna not stream for that long tonight. We'll just play for a little bit longer. Just with the idea of, I don't know, I just enjoy getting a bit of DayZ in. I do. I'm a big fan of the firefighter's gear, actually. You stay dry a lot. So maybe one of the best kits you can wear is firefighter's gear with an assault vest or something like that. Right, so this should be Starry Sabor now. Let's have a look. Yeah. So what we want to do, coming in from the south, just really want to swing by. Actually, there's some military places, isn't there, on the north? We could swing by the clinic as well. Actually, where am I coming in from? Actually, I'm by the clinic now. Let's have a look in here, let's see what we can find. So what we're looking for in here... I don't see any zombies. We're looking for submachine guns, that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, I can hear a zombie. It's always a bit worrying when you come in somewhere and there's... There we go, that's what we want. So we've got bandages. There's some tetracycline. Antibiotics was worth having. I mean, oh, I am wet. I have got wet. That is interesting. There's a magazine for an SG5K. Have I got an SG5K? I have. And if we have a look at this magazine, you should see that it is full of, well, basically full of bullets, which is good. Which is the way it should be. That's what the mod should do. And there's some 45 first aid pouch. There's a magazine for a USG 45. Do I need any bandages? No, I've got loads of bandages. What we got? Okay, so no submachine gun in here, but so we want to head kind of over here past the church, and then we can go and have a look in the military place, see if we can find any M4s. I'm just kind of looking around, just seeing what's spawning in as well. How are my boots doing? Still pristine, so that's cool. one of the guys in the private server channel, I think it might have been Moxie, pointed out that they hadn't found any spades or shovels. That's interesting feedback, because one of the things you worry about is when you do these mods and you kind of add in more stuff in, there's always the chance that it kind of the stuff you're adding in, it doesn't really overwrite what you had before, but it doesn't leave enough space for the stuff to spawn in. And so although you're gaining in one particular part of the game, you could be losing something else out that you might not notice for quite a while. Good evening, Elite Gamer. Thank you for coming along to the stream. So yeah, you've got to have balance, you know. So behind these area here, yeah, you can see there's the little military tent area. So what we're looking for here is whether we can, I mean, this probably is a tier 2 area, so you shouldn't really find M4s and AKs, but I've changed the place where M4s and AKs spawn, so they should, in theory, spawn in places like this. See if there's any. So we've got a couple of zombies, not too many, nothing we can't handle. Assault boots. What are they? Are they hiking shoes? Trail shoes, yeah, we'll keep those. The assault boots are cool, but they're a bit heavy. So you got 762 by 39. Is that what I put in my SKS? Yeah, so let's pick that up. Let's get rid of those. I don't think I need these, do I? No. 308 win. 762 by 39. Elite Gaming says, in my server I removed all the civilian clothing and boosting base building stuff. It worked really well. I bet it would. That's a great idea. Oh look, right, here we go. So we've got a KA-101 mag. A Vega mag. That's the automatic shotgun, isn't it? This guy sounds a little bit... Because you never really come across there's a nice backpack, isn't it? You never really come across the coupled mags. Look at these mags full of lovely ammo. Smoke grenade. What's that? 30 rounds 5.56 by 45. Box 308 for the LAR. LARs are only spawning in heli crash sites. So. That's 762 by 39, isn't it? Yeah. Soros has anyone figured out how to plop buildings? Yeah, they're doing it. People are doing that right now. And there we have our M4. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of our SK. Oh, what should we get rid of? Let's get rid of the submachine gun. And let's pick up this baby. Oh, look at this. Look at this. How lovely is that? Oh, I love the M4. Okay, so let's have a little wander round first. Oh, look, there's the KAM. Well, it would just be rude, wouldn't it, not to... So let's get rid of the SKS and all the SKS ammo. Is that a KAM? Yeah, right, okay, so let's take the KAM. 762 by 39. That the KAM, what does that, I always forget what the guns take. So the KAM takes 762 by 39. Okay, so let's take that. There's 556 by 45. That's what the M4 takes. Let's trundle back over here. So that again, that's a good example of how these mods have worked. So in this probably tier 2 military area, we found an M4 and a KAM. KA101 mag. Alright. Oh, so you dropped ammo for the AKM, did I? Oh, right. Oh, I better go back in. Let's go back. Big Blue Planter says, I found an AC-130 near La Patino the other day on the PS4 test fair, as well as 2 of your modded Adas. Quite exciting to find a car that just needs water. Oh, yes. Well, that's the point. The Adas are quite rare, though. There's only 10 of them on the entire map, so you... Is there another 2? I didn't go to these tents, did I? I'm glad, yeah. So it's all about how do you feel about a DayZ? Oh, there's another coupled mag. Oh, there's another M4. Oh, you know, how do you feel about a DayZ where you know you can find all this stuff? You know, how do you feel about a DayZ where you find a vehicle that's ready to go, just add water? You know, how do you feel? Oh, that's funny, actually. I tell you what, that's strange. Because they should be KA-74s. Okay. I suppose we could have a bit of fun, couldn't we, and kill some zombies. There was 5 M4s at Starry. Yeah, so there's it's all about quality of life with this particular mod, you know, because when you're on the public servers, often you just don't get a chance, do you, to find the decent guns. Oh look, here we go. Right, here we go. Right, so let's put that on. So what's this? This is a KAS-74U. Okay, so. Right, we don't really need. How do I get on this ladder? You gonna let me get on the ladder? Oh, just about. This must be a tier 3 place actually, for those to be here as well. Okay, so yeah, so we've got lots of stuff, haven't we? And we can start What's that there? Ten rounds of 5.56 by 45. That's a funny mag, isn't it? A composite mag, is it? So can we... Let's have a go. Let's have a look. So it's got 57 bullets in it. It's just swapping backwards and forwards, isn't it? Okay, so we've got more than a... Smoking Jesus says, can I get modded types? Yeah, absolutely. If you click on Scalespeeder Gaming, all right, and look at my channel, if you go back about 2 or 3 videos, there's one that says playtesters needed. Okay, and that's playtesters needed for this mod that we're running here. And then if you go down into the description, there's all the files you need to do this mod. I think, off the top of my head, it's 3 files, I think. There's a different types and a different spawnable types and a different events. Actually, there's probably a map group proto as well because it puts the C-130 in, but they're all there. So the idea is, yeah. So the idea is you're changing not only the quantities of stuff that's spawning in, but you're changing where they spawn in as well. So one of the things about this mod was making shotguns spawn in near the coast, and yeah, making shotguns spawn in the coast and make submachine guns spawning in at fire stations, hospitals, clinics, and police stations. So you could, if you install all those files and do a restart and do a reinstall, remember that will wipe everything. That should be pretty cool. So let us have a look at the map. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got a compass. No, it's a bit of a bummer. But we could just head west. Let's have a look. We could head west. Or is that a compass? I'm not really sure which way. So it is kind of this way. The problem is the chances of finding a helicopter crash site are pretty low anyway. So you found them. There you go, my friend. So you'll notice that there's also a file that says instructions and terms of use. And that basically says, watch out. You know, I make no guarantee that these things won't destroy your server. Also, it's worth listening to the video because it explains what I'm trying to do with these mods. Which basically is, we're trying to tell a slightly different story with DayZ. So the idea with this mod is that weapons were issued to the police and the fire services and the medical services as the zombie outbreak was happening to try and defend themselves so they could do their jobs. That's why you find submachine guns in those places. The general population were using shotguns to try and defend themselves. So that's why you find them around the coastal areas, and also surplus Russian army equipment was issued to the local populace, so SKSs and Mosans, for them to defend themselves from the zombie apocalypse. So that's where you find more of those around, and that generally is kind of the reason behind kind of all this stuff happening. And the reason why you have that story is so that you can then use that story to support a more PvE type server. The idea being that when you spawn in on the coast and you're moving inland, you will pick up, you can pick up a shotgun. The idea is you pick up a shotgun on the coast, you get some ammo, then you go, right, I need to get to the nearest town, I need to go to the hospital, or I need to the police station or the fire station, because I know I can get a submachine gun. And I know that submachine gun's going to have a magazine in it, it's going to have the bullets in. So once you've got that, you can then go, right, now I'm ready to push towards the military areas, where I know I'm probably going to pick up an M4 or an AK. That sort of thing. So it's that kind of play, that's the gameplay loop. And then you push towards the northwest to, when you're going after the really good loot, optics and stuff like that. Good evening, Moxie. Welcome along. We're just I'm just out for a stroll, really. To be honest, since you found the AC-130 on the test server, we kind of know that all this stuff really works on this mod, and I'm quite happy with it. The only thing I'm not sure about is I probably need to tone down some of the stuff that's spawning in, because I think I don't know if you said that you couldn't find any spades, but maybe some of that stuff isn't spawning in because there's too much other stuff spawning in. So just need to dial it back a little bit, especially on our private servers, where there's not that many of us. Good evening, Black Vegeta. What I'm going to try and do, I'll run this probably until tomorrow night or Monday night, and then I'll shut it down, and I'll publish the files to the public, so they can, so you can download it and have a play yourselves on your private servers. And then the next one I'm going to work on is spawning in the Ada 4x4s in a particular place. You've seen a few shovels round. Oh, that's all right then. No, so it's not completely broken then. Yes. So one of the problems with modding DayZ is if you do too much, it breaks. It stops working. And so we definitely know that just having the ADAs fixed doesn't really affect the game. But the problem with the ADAs is they're all over the place, aren't they? So what I was going to try and do next is make a single place where, say, 4 or 5 ADAs spawn in. Almost like my idea behind that was that it would be like a I might put it near some sort of military base or something. I'm not quite sure, but somewhere on the coast, and it was maybe where the military were gathering together usable vehicles, to evacuate before they were all killed by the zombie apocalypse. And also put it somewhere where there's a water pump, or maybe even I'll have a go at spawning a water pump in, so that when you get to these places you can just fill up the vehicle with fuel, fill the fuel can up with water, and then you've got a vehicle ready to go. You can drive it off, and do whatever you want with it, and then if it crashes, you can always go back to the same place, because ADAs are going to be spawning in there. Every now and again there's always going to be fresh cars. Justin Vaughan says, do you have lighters or chainsaws in this mod? No, we don't. Gakko says, hey man, thanks for the help on modding. Managed to spawn helis and C-130s at Northwest Airfield and 3 more Xmas trees at Northwest Airfield. Up the loot and now on to doing cars. Good man. How do I increase all of the loot on my server? If you go back through my videos, there's or if you just do a Google search or a YouTube search for increase loot on DayZ Xbox or PlayStation server, there's loads of videos out there. It's relatively simple to do. The only thing to remember is, just don't go mad. Increase stuff by, I mean, you can double weapons, and you can double certain weapons and triple them. So, you know, double or triple the assault rifles, but don't double or triple the pistols and stuff like that, and the shotguns. Because you end up with situations when it first started. I know I went in and I whacked up the duct tape to like 300 or something, and all of a sudden, as you were going around Livonia on our private servers, there was just duct tape everywhere. And the problem with that is the game spawns in all this duct tape, but doesn't spawn in other stuff. Big Blue Panda says, I was all the way up in Kamensk before finding a second aider. Was on foot for a while after crashing the first one. Yeah, because that's the problem, isn't it, with vehicles in DayZ? Because they're so buggy and because they crash so often, you don't really want to always have to go through the hassle of spending hours and hours making a vehicle only for it to crash. So I was thinking, if there's one place where they spawn, like a car dealership, you just go and pick up another one. Gecko says, use the filter and increase weapons and tools. Maybe take out clothes and stuff you don't need. That's a good point as well. You should always try and make it balanced. You know, put stuff in, take some out, you know. And I also think as well, you should always remember, you don't want to lose the flavour of DayZ. You know, this is a survival game set in a zombie apocalypse. You know, you don't really want to lose that. Right, where are we? Let's have a look. Parovo. Or is that Vibor? No, Parobo. Where's Parobo? I don't know. Have I like gone round in a big... Have I ended up going south too far? H-A... Oh God, what was that? EX. Oh, no, Nadzino. Where's Nadzino? Oh no. We've been going the wrong direction, haven't we? If Parovo's a kilometre away, if that's south, Stary Sabor is 3 kilometres that way. We really want to be heading this way, don't we? The way we came. Where's the sun? Don't know. Let's go cross country. Let's go cross country. It's a nice day for a stroll, isn't it? A bit relaxing being on Chernarus. M4 in our hands, AK on our back, axe on our shoulder, a backpack full of water and goat meat. Does life get any better? So if that's east, then I'm heading west. So north is this way. Or I'm heading south again. Oh well. Thanks to everybody who's been involved in the playtesting on these particular mods. Definitely going to use some of these on our private servers to kind of set it up. I've especially enjoyed having weapons with guns with magazines in already. I think that's cool. And magazines that are full of bullets as well. Less messing around. Afrogamer says, can you please for this noob tell me how to make fire? How to make fire. Okay. Do you want me to show you how to make fire? Norman Lingley. Hello Norman. Hey the Warrior, good to hear from you sir. Just checking out your server again. Hey. All the merrier. We found the C-130 plane, so that's cool. In fact, let's have a look. There he is, Hader Warrior. We spent an exciting few hours together last weekend. So how do you make fire? So in order to make fire, let's do this. You need. But should we do it in the simplest way we can? Ideally, well, you need to have a knife. That's important. So let's make it quick. And then you need to find bushes and you need to find trees. So here we go. So we've got bushes and we've got trees here. So let's get my knife out. So I've got a knife, steak knife. So first things first, we're just going to chop down a bush. Right, and we've got some short sticks and a long stick. You use the long stick to stick your meat on when you've killed a chicken or a pig or something. Short sticks you use to make the fire. So you take your short stick and put it in your hand, and then either with some rags or some bark that you can scrape from a tree, you combine them together, and you'll see it says craft a torch. So we press the right trigger and it will say craft a fireplace. So let's go over here. So somewhere we will see the fire about here. Okay. Just, and then no, stop. Don't. I was about to make the wrong thing. Right, so we're going to craft a fireplace. There we go. And then what you can do is you can gather more sticks. Try not to cut bushes with your hands, although you can do. So for example, you do something like this. Alright, we've got some firewood. Now firewood's really good. If you add firewood to your fireplace, like this. In fact, let's put this one in. So yeah, we're adding it to the fuel there. This will be a fire that lasts a long time. Where's the other log? Did I pick the other log up? I don't want to be lugging a log around. Okay, well that'll do. And we could add more kindling if we like to the fire. So we've added a load of kindling to it. So now we need to light it. Now if we had some matches you could do that, but it's very easy to make a wood drill. To make a wood drill, all you need to do is get some bark off a tree by scraping it off, like so. So we've got that, and then all we need is a short stick. So you can get, so we could either take a long stick and chop it in two, or if we chop down another bush. There we go. So there's a short stick. So we take that. Then all you do is you put the short stick in your hand, combine that with the bark, and it will say craft a hand drill, R2. Did I drop my axe? Well spotted, sir. So we pick up the hand drill, put it in our hand, go back to our fireplace, and then just look at it with the hand drill in our hands. Happy days. And we've got a lovely fire to cook on. And to cook, you just put meat onto your stick. Where did I leave my axe then? Oh, there it is. Okay. Brilliant. And that's how you make a fire. Easy peasy. And once you've got a fire, once you've known how to make fire, you can like kill an animal. And once you kill an animal, especially the larger animals like goats, sheep, cows and stuff like that, you can have lots of cooked meat. And once you've got cooked meat, you're good to go then. You know, you can survive for ages. You have to, once you've got cooked meat, you don't need to worry about scavenging as much through houses all the time. You can just concentrate on doing what you want to do, going where you want to go. I mean, you've got to visit villages and towns every now and again in order to get water. But I mean, even if you picked up some chlorine tablets, you can have water from streams and ponds by purifying it. So that's pretty cool. And what you tend to find with what I find with DayZ, I don't know how other people find it, is that it's like a snowball effect. It can be very difficult to get through that first hour when you're first trying to survive. But once you've got that knife, you've got a backpack, you killed your first animal, you've got some meat in your backpack, you've got things like a water bottle, and once you've got a water bottle, you drink a whole water bottle, then you've still got a spare water bottle to drink when you go. The game opens up, and you can start exploring, and you just don't worry about the survival side of it as much, which is pretty cool. Max Ludendorff says you can eat a multi and drink from ponds. Yeah, I mean, you can just drink from ponds and rivers, but you could get very, very ill. So you want to kind of avoid that. I don't really know where I'm going, to be honest. I'm just wandering through the Chernarushian countryside on this lovely afternoon. I guess looking out for helicopter crashes, but I don't know. What was that down there? I thought that was a zombie down there. Looked like a person, didn't it, for a second, those barriers. Oh, sorry, if you eat like 4 your multivitamins you're talking about. Oh, right, so I see what you're saying. So chug a load of multivitamins so that your immune system is very high, and then drink from ponds. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think what we'll probably do is we'll get ourselves to the nearest town and then kind of see what's going on from there. It's funny, on our private servers, on our DayZ private servers, we've got a month to go before the big reset, and so I've kind of got a month to sort out the mods we're going to use for for the next 3 months, and I'm quite excited about introducing some other stuff into the game, but simple stuff, and then I just want to get back to just playing DayZ, especially on Livonia. Because I feel like, even though I've spent quite a few hours on Livonia, I still feel like I'm only scratching the surface of that particular map. Because I just enjoy the survival aspect and the exploration. But saying that, I have got some videos of me on a public server as well. So maybe I'll do some more public server exploration. I'm not sure. But there's so much to this game. It's funny how you can have so little in a game, in terms of goals and what you're meant to do, but that opens up the possibilities so much, doesn't it? Milos the Beastkin says you can add the V3S truck. Yes, yes. There's loads of stuff that we can add. It just doesn't work. Ooh, wait a minute. I thought I saw a smoke trail then. Do you add the petrol lighter? No, I haven't. I tend to shy away from adding stuff that isn't in the main game because I'm a little bit worried that if they take it away it could crash the servers. But as Moxie will tell you if he's still in the chat, there is at least one fun thing that I added that he found today, I think, that was pretty cool. Because the other thing with your server mods is you want them to be able to stand up to an update. You know, so if we have an update to the game, you don't want it to break. And I've got a feeling that things like the adding the cannabis, I think they'll do an update where they'll take that out. I think they'll definitely do that. And then people who've modded it in, it may well break their servers. But who knows? So we're coming up to some sort of town here, or I've just gone back in a massive circle and I'm back at Starry Sabor. That is definitely a possibility here. Because there's the church in the middle. So there's no military places, so we should come at it from the side. And then we'll get a... What have we got in here? I can hear a zombie. Hello, zombie. Actually, we're getting quite hungry. Should we have, what should we have? Have we got any tinned food that we can get rid of? No. Let's have some fats. This is good stuff. Blake Blue Planter says, I really appreciated this mod pack. Going from beach to the northernmost towns was a fun time. Actually shot Zeds and cleared towns. Thanks to us. Yes, that's a really good point, because if you've got guns, even in PvE, you use them more, don't you? Max says, change zucchini by the name cannabis and it'll work. It goes pretty fast and now it's like money on my server. Max then says, after watching your videos, I'm down for modding my server. Till now, no problems with anything. Brilliant. Mox says, what I found was cool and a little creepy. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I'd forgotten about that. I think what happened was I was going through the files and I saw... Is it called something like Pumpkin Lantern or something like that? And I was like, oh right, that sounds pretty cool. We'll definitely put it in the private servers. Good evening, Fire Rats. Thank you for coming along to the stream. It's a pleasure to have everybody along. We're just trying to figure out where we are, actually. Or I'm trying to figure out where I am. You guys probably know where I am. See if we can see a A road name. Greetings from Germany. Greetings back. Even a pumpkin helmet is in the game. Yes. I don't think I spawned the pumpkin helmet in, but I spawned the pumpkin lantern in. There we go. Let's see what town this is. This is Pushtovka. Okay, so I was going a completely different direction than I thought it would be. Right, should we try out the KAM? Should we see what this baby can do? I've got it on semi-auto. What we'll do... Let's open this gate here. Let's just check that all the doors are shut on this house. Cool. And then what we'll do, this house will be where we retreat to if too many zombies come. Where are they all? This is too quiet. In fact, should we go full auto? We gotta go full auto. In fact, let's get the M4 out. Let's put that on full auto as well. Let's make some noise. If we can find any zombies. There should be quite a few here because this is a big town. Okay, so there's one. So where's our... Bugger off. Okay, zombie, prepare. Here we go. Let's see what this gun's like. Here they come. Get some. Here they come. Ooh. Right, let's attack. See, that's real fun, that is. Getting to use the guns properly. Joe says, I've used your vids as a step-by-step manual for modding. Excellent work, sir. Made me a subscriber. Thank you for joining, Joe. Bo Harry, PS4 says, watch the loading videos. Nice to catch you live streaming your vids. Helps a lot. Thank you. Glad to help, my friend. Norman Lingley says, I am northeast of you. Looks like you're ringing the bell for lunch. Yes, I am about to actually log off for the evening. Because I have got work tomorrow. So I will be logging off, Norman. But have fun. See if you can find that C-130. Well, it looks like we've seen all the zombies off. Although they do start to spawn in again, you do have to be quite careful about that. Zombie cockerel. Well, that does surprise me that there wasn't a lot more zombies in this town. Really does. Bo Harry says, hope to see you streaming again soon then. Look forward to your help videos. Yes, definitely. Norman will do so. Have a good evening. You too. But Harry says, heard you and Don talking about mods. You both have something that helps others. Yes! Don's doing some very exciting work at the moment with spawning stuff, buildings and things like that in. So yeah, he'll be doing another server. Those guys are really into doing this sort of stuff. You know, more extreme than I do. So it's very, very cool indeed. Right, so let us log out over here so we know we're on the way out of town, so we know where we were. And let's call it evening. Thank you for everybody for being along with me this evening. I know we've just been running over fields and killing a few zombies at the end, but it's a nice relaxing time in DayZ. But Benassi Vape says, spawn more zombies in yet. Now, I haven't bothered trying to do that. Not yet, anyway. I think there's more than enough zombies in DayZ. And, yeah, remember, if you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all again soon. Good evening.